guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. My final overnight of work. Thank the gods. I am exhausted, so I'm gonna try and make this a quick video. I know this is a big hype day. PIGGYBANK launched. It went, it went okay. It went okay. I know in the chat everybody's gonna say it was absolutely amazing, and it did go pretty dang smooth. But I think there were still a lot of questions and a lot of concerns that kind of came up when it opened. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to come up with a decent spreadsheet. So I ended up doing basically what I said I was gonna do with my plan, which was I was gonna do my very first stake without a time lock. So I did. I ended up putting in at the time it was about 30 LP, and I got 197 piglets. So I'm putting this into the calculator. I'm trying to figure it out. Just on gains and things like that. This is definitely a work in progress. The other side of it, I did exactly as I was anticipating. So I ended up doing the 2-year, you know what, because I said, fuck it, why not? I already had the stuff kind of set aside. So I ended up doing 28 LP into each of these. So 28 LP, which to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it did tell me, oh no, I'm sorry. This was the Piglet. Oh yeah, Piglet locked amount. I did 28 LP. So the actual amount of piglets. Let's jump over here. PIGGYBANK. Let's go down. So the first one. So this is the 2-year. I got 63 piglets. I did 28 LP here for 1 year. I ended up getting 54. I did 28 LP here for 6 months. I ended up getting 42. 28 LP here for 2 months, ended up getting 37. And then the plan is next, what would it be? What day is today? Today's Friday. So next Friday, I'm going to do another stake here. I do have a little bit of LP still sitting here, 76. Some people are going to say, why not just put it in now because I'm losing time on compounding and such, but I'm going to stick with my original plan. I'm going to put another 2-month stake down here. I'm not going to add any more year ones. I'm going to let these just kind of ride out. Unless for some odd reason I start getting like crazy referrals or something like that. If people end up sending me referrals, I'll probably take some of those and lock it up late just to kind of help the platform as a whole. And then just kind of as a thank you to people who are using the referral. So it'll be 2 months here. I'll start that next week. Excuse me. So that way, once a week, I'll have, when I do a series of these 2-month stakes, I will have the bonus completed. I'll hit that entire exponential curve he was talking about, get the complete bonus, and then start being able to pull out the BUSD value or stake it, to be honest with you. So I am trying to figure out, because it is based on, I'm not really worried about the price of piglets, although that does matter when you're trying to buy the truffles. What I want to do is I'm trying to figure out is, one, this max payout based on what I put in is given to me. So for instance, the 2-month says the max payout, and this is until compounding, is 47,388,415. So I have that value. The 3% of that is this value here, but technically as I compound, this will go up, which means this will go up. So I need to finish getting an equation. I'm going to need a column where I had the initial and then the 3% daily getting compounded. So kind of like I did on the other one. Once I know that value, I can know where it's going to kind of exponentially go. And then my plan is when I'm basically, you have to compound until this timer ends. He's already said that. But once the timer ends, then it's up to you. You are basically going to be running with that principle on and getting that 3%. So my goal is to do a pull Friday, Saturday, Sunday with a lockup, or with a compounding Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Excuse me again. I'm sorry I keep yawning, but again, I'm going on almost 3 days of almost no sleep. 3 days with about 4 hours sleep. So then once I do that, I need to know, what is this value going to be? What's the 3% going to be on that max payout? And as I compound it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this 3% value is going to come up. And then I want to know what that BUSD volume is. Now, somewhere in there, I believe Forex mentioned that it's 259, 2000, which is the amount of truffles you need per piglet. So with that value put in here based off of nothing else other than this max payout. So max payout, 3% daily. Taking that 3%, considering 3 days of withdrawal is here, puts it to about $1,000 if I'm accurate. Again, this is a work in progress. This is literally day one. We haven't even hit 24 hours yet. There's still a lot of questions I have, and I may not be able to do this accurately, but if I get somewhat similar, because what I want is these to start paying out. So this one, when the time comes, is going to be paying me out each week, 2 to 3 times a week. The next one I do next month, or I'm sorry, next week. When that one ends, I'll start getting that payout 3 days a week. Actually, this is the total of the 3 days. I'm sorry. So this is one payout for 3 days. So when I stake that next one, then I'll get payouts from that one, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to do any more long ones, like I said, unless I start getting some referrals or something like that. I'll lock those away to help the platform and lock away some of that pig price and all that kind of stuff. So couple of things about this. Well, one, last night when we were looking at this, when we started looking at these percentages and I was trying to figure out those percentages, when the time came, these dropped almost in half. So I don't know if that was predicated because there was nothing in the contract, and then once the first arbitrary deposit or whatever Forex did with it modified those values. I'm not sure. They're still astronomical values. I mean, for crying out loud. Like if you go the full 3, look at that 3-year one. I ended up doing the 2-year, which is what, 104, which is 49,767. Is that what I have on here? Yeah, 49,767. Huge. I mean, for 2 years. I mean, anyway, we won't go into that right now. Number of piglets gets listed. Amount of truffles that it's located gets listed. This is the current value of those truffles, so we should be able to kind of figure this versus that. Funny enough, I do have this button active here. I'm imagining it's because this is my one that has no time lock on it. And the reason I did the no time lock one first is because any referrals go automatically to your first time lock, and I didn't want that to go into like my 2-year one. I would like to be able to choose or maybe drop that to people, or choose what I want to do with it. This button, for most people, are saying that they can't see it, although my brother got in and he actually did have a button here, so I don't know if that's a UI glitch. My understanding is that this will come alive tomorrow because you can only do this once a day with the harvesting, so this will become active tomorrow when it's been 24 hours since deposit. That's the suspicion. Referrals down here, don't have any yet. We'll see if anybody clicks on the referrals, and then we can walk through that. I did gift my brother some piglets, and there was apparently a fee on that. So I clicked on the gift piglets. It's pretty straightforward. You put in the address, you put in the amount of LP you want to send, and then you put in how long you want that to be locked up when it gets to them. Funny enough, I ended up doing his address. I sent him 3 LP. I put it in for, I believe it was 2 weeks. And when I sent it, it did go to him, but he only got 1 piglet, not 3. So there must have been some fees applied to that somewhere on the back end that I didn't, that I'm not sure of. So we'll wait for the white paper to come out. What else was there? Oh, there's people complaining that they weren't getting the correct amount of pigs per LP. Earlier it was 1.8 per piglet. Looks like it's gone up here to 2.5 maybe. Oh, maybe it's just not. Oh, it doesn't appear to be. But it's about 1. Oh, there we go. It just popped up. Jesus. Nope. Well, anyway, it was about 1.8 piglets earlier today. I'm not sure what it's at the moment. But some people were saying that they weren't getting the appropriate. I can't speak to that. Everything from my end looked like it was appropriate. You could even tell because this was my first, and as people were buying in, I was getting less piglets for the exact same amount. All 4 of these were the exact same amount of LP going into it. So can't speak to that. We'll see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of data coming out now that all this is happening here. So now, speaking of, let's kind of wrap this up here because I am exhausted. Let's jump over to our pigs per day sheet. So I've already put these numbers in. I did it beforehand just because I wanted to see, and it turned out exactly what I was anticipating. This tanked down. There was a huge sell-off on the pigs right when it launched, and I think that was just obviously people selling news. What are you going to do? I have no worries about that. I'm firm believer that this is going to start creeping up. The pig pen as well as the piggy bank are going to do exactly what they're supposed to do, which is, oh, look at that. It just popped up. 2.6, 2.5, 2.4. Oh, okay, so it's 2.5-ish for one piglet. So it was about 1.8 this morning. When I was testing this. So it is the price of piglets is going up slightly. So get in sooner rather than later. We all know how that goes. Contract balance, we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, we want to see this keep going up. Anyway, back to our pigs per day. So what I wanted to see with this huge sell-off here, and there was obviously a sell-off on the dogs as well. Look at the trading volume. Biggest trading volume day since we've launched. 6.2 million traded. Huge. And we know what that does. It affects this value right here. And sure enough, it went up 53 cents. Highest we've actually ever had. It beats our old record of 52 there. So obviously the treasury is still going down. There's a lot of factors as to why that's going down. Mainly 3% a day gets paid out to everybody in the pig pen. But also a lot of the taxes and fees applied to pigs and dogs hasn't quite happened yet. So I believe Forex has all kinds of things lined up to start feeding this a little bit more here. So next, total supply of pigs. Obviously, it always goes up. We're on deflationary status at the moment. The amount of pigs locked up, check that out. Went from, I mean, even within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, dropped all the way down to that 70% mark. What does that mean? Well, clearly, I mean, we had this huge sell-off. People were probably holding, trying to earn what they could, and then selling off on the news. And you can see that by the amount of people actually holding pigs now is actually less. This is the first time we've actually had a downtrend since that first week there. So, so these people were short-term vision. They likely pulled out of here, sold it on the market, dropping the amount of wallets holding, dropping the amount of pig that were stored, and dropping the price overall. So same thing over here with the dogs. So obviously we're still locking up here. The percent locked up, diehard fans. I imagine a lot of these are farmers and things. So not a huge variance. This is very little fluctuation, but we did see another exit from the dog holders. And again, what I would imagine is people maybe didn't understand the platform or sold all of their dog positions to try and get into some pig positions in order to get into the piggy bank. So a bottom line, 53 cents per pig per day over here in the glorious pig pen. There was an AMA. I asked about this whole proposal Animal Farm join DAO thing, and it indeed is not up and running yet, which is why it's not functioning properly. So all right, guys, that's about all I can think of at the moment. Sorry I rambled on a little bit. I am gonna have to end it here nice and short because I would like to dig in further into the piggy bank, but I am tired. Real quick, I probably won't get a video out in the next 2 days over the weekend simply because I'm going out of town to go see my parents. And so you will likely not hear from me probably till Monday. And by then, hopefully we'll have a whole lot more information. Hopefully I have this Excel sheet touched up a little bit more for the piggy bank and such. And we will go from there. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in and have a wonderful night.